Hi, I'm Julian.
And I'm Matt. Every month we bring you the very best in branded video content.
Join us while we show you our favourite films from the past month.
And some which, well, just fell flat.
This is the Content Catch-Up.
That's catch-up for those who can't understand Jules' ridiculous accent.
Welcome to the second instalment of our Content Catch-Up.
Your almost monthly series.
Yes. Here we are in Casita, which is a tiny little tequila bar.
Shoreditch's favourite tequila bar, Jules.
It's about 50 metres from the office, so
it's our favourite tequila bar.
lazy. And first up is a Scottish Widows series, which it's beautiful, this.
This is absolutely lovely. I really like this. 260,000 views in the last few weeks. It came out at the end of January, these films.
It's just beautifully shot, and it must have had a reasonably big budget, but this is sort of the stuff that we love to do, really, man. We'd love to have been involved.
What is your definition of happiness?
What I really love about this, right, any kind of financial services or banking kind of product is really, really hard to sell, and traditionally banks have done a pretty bad job of it. But this is actually very similar to a project we did recently for American Express, right, for their Small Business Saturday campaign, but very, very people-focused, very sort of human feel.
Different things, but the big challenge was when I started teaching.
Next up, we've got a German film for a supermarket brand, which we're pronouncing Edeka, and it's by it's called Supergeil.
It's very
German?
funny. It's very German. No, but it's very edgy.
It's very edgy.
It's quite funny.
It is funny.
I sort of think that Germans don't really have a sense of humour, but this is, I wonder if it's made by a British company.
Being fluent German speakers at Media Arc, we haven't got a clue what this says.
Next up, we've got one of my favourites this month, which is an Australian production, which I originally thought it was an ad trying to keep kids in school.
There's a lot of films that have come out in the last sort of month and a half with this beautiful kind of blissed out, sunshiny vibe, and this film has all of that stuff. And without giving away too much, there's a real funny sting in the tail at the end of it.
Funny? I don't know. It's all a bit... When I thought it was real, I was like, what have they done? This is ridiculous. And the comments on the YouTube thing say things like, does this really happen in Australia?
It probably does, eh?
Do they have landmines on the beaches? It's ridiculous.
You just gave away the
It doesn't matter. People have
sting in the
probably
tail
seen
there, Jules. So next up, we've got a film which I love, and this is from the Canadian...
Institute of Diversity and Inclusion.
There you go, and it's simply called Luge. It's tackling our friends in Russia and their attitude to homosexual people, gay people, and it's done in a really comical way, kind of an up yours to the Russians.
Can you turn off the lights? Come on.
Internet phenomenon.
Yeah.
This thing is breaking records all over the place. And
Not
again,
my cup of tea.
another, not your cup of tea,
No,
Jules?
I just found it incredibly
Do
cringeworthy.
you struggle with affection?
Well, no, I just found it very awkward. I mean, it's an incredibly
yes, then.
awkward film. The spin-off to this was funnier, though, I think.
The hand jobs one.
This one was even more awkward, but it was awkwardness taken to...
It's kind of car crash funny.
I found it was awkwardness taken to a funny place rather than awkwardness, propouting to be this sort of real. I'd rather see people pretending to get jerked off than really kissing.
Right, okay. What about people really getting jerked off? That would be
It's my
a brave...
favourite.
That would be a brave brand film right there. Okay, so...
Next up's the Leon Cupra. Cupra, is that how you say it?
Cupra, Jules, yeah.
Yeah.
Car brands tend to do very, very stunty or very dull, high-budget pieces, whether it's online or TV. And this again is kind of very, very stunty. It's it's
trying to push the boundaries, isn't it? What are it's trying to be all arty and weird and stuff. It just doesn't really work. I mean, because I'm like, what are those monkeys doing? The final film we've got to show you this month is from MTS, which, if you didn't know, is a mobile phone company.
You do now, after you watch this. yeah, this was good, impressive piece, man.
Funny. I mean, obviously the baby doesn't look that brilliant, but the piece is funny as hell. I thought it's really, really good. You know.
So this one came out in February of this year and has already had 930,000 views to date. So again, a big hit online, this one.
Pretty good set of films this month and a half.
And there's lots more besides. If you want to see a full breakdown of what's hot and what's not at the moment and over the last few weeks, check out our website at...
And
Thanks,
this
Jules.
is, it comes up on screen, Matt.
Uh-huh.
And this is also where you can sort of watch all of these films and a few more.